Hey guys, TronKatEvsky here. Sorry if I seem a little weird. I'm still kind of under something. I don't know. I'm still kind of not feeling that great. I haven't been feeling great for like a week and a half now. I think it was since last Monday. I haven't been feeling good. So no, actually since last Sunday. That's it. Last Sunday I haven't been feeling so good. So not 3 days ago. No, I mean the one before then, like the 22nd. Wait, the 22nd. 15th, I think it was, I don't know. But I just haven't been feeling good for a while, and that's why I haven't made a video. And also, a couple of the characters from the quizzer got sick. I don't know how quick they're going to be able to get ready. So, I'm going to have to see how that goes out. But, so I think something's going around here. So, anyway, so I've got a suggested video from Mad Skills, I believe it was. And he suggested that I do a Uncharted 3 in-depth review, which I'm going to do right now. But before I start that, I'm going to go ahead and go back and explain a couple of little things just so I can sort of reference them while I'm going through the Uncharted 3 review. So now, sorry, I really don't feel good. But, okay, so with Uncharted 1 and 2, now, I've been saying for a long time that I really liked Uncharted 1 better, but the thing is, whenever I said that, I always said that Uncharted 2 was like literally a cajillion zeros than a one less. It is like, there's something about this game, it's really the ambiance that I felt in the game compared to this one that really pushes the game over. And plus, I like the story a little bit better in this one than this one. But like really, the more I think about it, and I'm just, from now on, I'm just going to say that I literally like these two like the exact same. Because really, it's like, the gameplay in this is better, well, like, gameplay, like how it plays, not the, I feel the, pacing in this was a little bit better, but the gameplay in this is a little bit like a little more solid, and the graphics are of course, I mean, like better. I mean, then again, I would say that these are actually the best in the series, only because of the graphical problems in the third one, the major movie. I'll go into that later. So yeah, I like these ones for the the story, the good story that I had, the original good story. I mean, it was pretty. It felt pretty good. It felt pretty original. Like some of the twists actually got me. Like some of the twists. Sorry, some of the twists actually got me. I just use that to make sure that I don't do anything stupid. But some of the twists actually got me in this. Like I actually was really surprised at some of the twists. Like I'm not gonna explain them, but you know what I'm talking about. The one with Sully. Huh. But anyway, and like some of the twists got me in this, and the ambiance. And just the style of it. This one really, stylistically, is my favorite. Like by far, just because it just felt more like weirdly original. Like I know it's too murderous, but like it felt more. It felt like it had a determined style. It felt more. I don't know how to put it. Just whenever I play this, I get this sort of style or this feeling, just like that I'm like alone, that I'm abandoned, that I am screwed, basically. And in this and the third one, I didn't really get that. But anyway, so that's why I like this one. Just for that. And I like this one because it's got solid gameplay. It's got a good story, too. It's got great... I mean, the environments are great. Everything in this game. I mean, everything in this game's great. This first one the same way. It's just the gameplay isn't as solid, of course, because there's... But I do like the melee system in the first one. But anyway, so on to this one, on to the third one. I just wanted to go through that really quick so I could just reference a couple things from them while I'm going through this. Now, let's start off... Great. Let's start off with I guess I'm just going to start with the overall presentation, such as the sound, graphics, story, and all that. So I guess I'll start with the sound and graphics, just because, the sound and graphics. Now, the sound in this game, they nailed the sound in this game. Like, the sound is phenomenal. Like, the whole, the orchestra, most of it's orchestral, but like all the just the songs are phenomenal and timed so well and just placed in good areas. There was one, I think I remember one point that I felt the song felt kind of weird for the area, but it really didn't affect it. It kind of got me like thinking one thing and then something else was going on, and I was like, huh. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I didn't really. It kind of confused me, but it's hard to explain. I don't even remember which area it was in because. My mind hasn't been going so great, but I really need to finish this review. So, but the sound, and the the voice acting and the music, of course, and even the small details like the birds and like the wind and like the and the freaking tiles on roofs clanking when you're going over them. Genius. And there's just small, very minor things like creaking of doors and stuff like it. it really brought out it really, like, the sound was just phenomenal. The explosions and everything, just, oh, marvelous. And then, so, like, honestly, the sound in this game is probably the best in the series, just because, they've had time to advance it. And, like, I don't know if I like the Uncharted theme the best in this one. I'm not really sure how I feel on those, because I've listened to all of them, and I really like all of them. I mean, they really, all three versions, I believe that, was it this one? I think it was this one that I noticed a lot more trumpet in. I was like, wow. I mean, it's just like, of course, they can't have the same song for all three games. I mean, they could, but that would be lazy. I mean, I like how they kind of tweaked each one, but, like, I don't know, like, I like the music in this one. It's great. The official soundtrack is phenomenal. You need to go listen to that. Like, I got it with the Collector's Edition Strategy Guide, and I was so glad I got that, because that soundtrack is phenomenal. I love it so much. The soundtrack in this game is great. Same with the other two, but, just as much. This game has great sound and all that. I mean, like, bleh. But, and, okay, I'm spending too much time on that. Okay, onto the graphics. The sound isn't really that important. I mean, it is, but it's not as important as some other stuff that I need to get into. Graphics. Now, this is where, surprisingly, like I already said with Uncharted 2, this is probably, I mean, granted, oh my god. Just the look is beautiful. The look is phenomenal. I was like, dang, girl, you looking nice. For the first couple of minutes, for the first couple of hours, because my first playthrough, I didn't get many glitches. As I've played it on more, like, as I've seen other people play it and played it myself more, I have seen more glitches. A lot more. But, so, like, the graphics overall, just, like, the overview of them, oh my god, it's beautiful. I don't know if I'd say the best on consoles, because a lot of people overlooked Rage, because that game looks nice. But, I mean, this is one of the top 3 on consoles right now. Well, I haven't seen many games this year, so I can't say about that. But I don't think any games this year have come out that have been overwhelmingly amazing on graphics. So I can't say that yet, but, I mean, they're great graphics, man. But then, like, as I started to play it, I saw a lot of graphical flaws. Like, I noticed frame rate drop, and I'm normally not the person to notice that. You get Michael for that crap, because, and, like, he notices, like, oh, it's 58. No, now it's 59. Not in this game, because it didn't go that high, but still, like, he notices that crap, and I was like, what the hell? But, like, I did notice some frame rate drops in some, but the thing is, in these areas, so much was going on. Like, it was, the main area where I noticed it was when, spoiler alert, this video needs a spoiler alert, because it's an in-depth review, I'm going to talk about stuff, but, when you're in the area where, you and Charlie are, like, you're in that like, you're in Citadel, Syria, is the chapter, is the chapter Citadel? I think it's the chapter after Citadel. I don't remember. But, it's one of those 2 chapters. It's where you're underground, and you're, like, with Charlie, and then, you're being surrounded by the bugs, the spiders, you and Charlie underground, and, Chloe and Sully are there too, but they're back in the other area, so they're not being surrounded by the bugs. And then you had to, like, throw the torch to hit the little lamp things. That area had some very bad framing. But the thing is, they had the spider effects going on. They had to program, like, the water running. There was water under you. They had to program the freaking torch. Like, that is a lot of stuff going on. Whether you notice it or not, even though it seems kind of simplistic, that's a lot of stuff going on. That is, like, so much, it's ridiculous. But, like, that area had some bad frame rate drop. And then I think, no, there wasn't no screen tearing in the game. I didn't notice any screen tearing if there was. But there was a lot of graphical glitches. Like, one time, the water turned pure black in the graveyard area. Pure black. And then sometimes, there was just a lot of graphical glitches. And then if you go online, there was a bunch in the campaign. Like, so, I mean, honestly, they didn't have, I will give them this, they didn't have as much time to polish this game, because, if you didn't know, in between Uncharted 2 and 3, they were moving studios, and they were getting their new studios set up. They were also getting the other new studios, so they were basically getting, like, 2 new studios set up, because one for The Last of Us and one for Uncharted 3. And then, they had that going on, so they didn't have as much time to program, and they also had to, There was one other one that I can't remember, but they had a lot of complications in between making this game. So I will give them that. There was a lot of complications, so of course they didn't have enough time. I don't think they had as much time to polish. Then again, the game is a little bit shorter, so you could use that as a complaint, but I'm not going to because they still overpowered this crap, and I don't know how they did it, but they did. So the graphics are phenomenal, but there will be points taken off of the overall score for the graphics, because there were some pretty bad glitches like that people have suffered through, and I have seen them, and like it's a pretty widespread. Because I've even had a good bit of glitches happen to me. So there's that, and then so the graphics. But overall, I mean, if you play it through without getting many glitches, you will still just it's beautiful. But now on to the story, which is surprisingly, this is where the game, I believe, loses the most points. Yeah. But, so I played through the first time, and I was just overwhelmed with fanboydom that I didn't even realize how lackluster the story is. It really is, and I hate to say it coming from an Uncharted game, but it really is. I really felt the story was very underdone and very annoying, to be honest. As I played it again, I realized they left everything unanswered. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool in Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 1 when they left like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 things unanswered. Okay, I'm leaving it like three big things unanswered because, I mean, that'll leave you for sequels. But this is the third in the series, and I mean, not that they should stop because it's the third, but I mean, holy crap! How many games is you planning? Because I know you can't talk about all the stuff they left open in one game. Like, oh damn. They left everything open. How the hell does Elena know Charlie? How the hell does Elena automatically know that they're there about the ring? How the hell did Charlie meet Drake? I mean, I'm sure you could say that about Flynn, but that was a little less. What the hell? That was a little small. I don't know why, but it felt a little small. Like, this one was just like, what? Because it was so big. At least in the other one, you felt like they had a background. This one, I didn't really feel like they had a background. I just felt like he was like a new accomplice or something. I want to know how he met him. Like, that, like, and how the hell did, like, I know this is a small thing, but how the hell did, like, what led up to the transaction between Elena and Marlo, and how did, I mean, not Elena, Marlo and Drake, I'm stupid, and then, that card, when, Charlie jumped off the building after Marlo set it on fire, after Citadel, near the end of, I think it was the chapter after Citadel, but, in that area, in Syria, at the end of Syria, where, Charlie jumps off the building, and then when they get down there, Chloe finds the card in Charlie's jacket. The hell? Like, I understand, fate, but, one, how to get there? I'm gonna guess that Talbot put it in there when he, shot Charlie in the neck with that drug thing, but how the hell, like, they never used it ever again in the story. It was there once, and I was like, okay. If I remember correctly, it might have been when they might have talked about it a little bit in the, library, Marlowe's library, but I don't think they did. I don't remember anything about that. But, like, where the hell did that come from? And what the hell was the drug? Like, did they already have some of the drug that was from freaking, Atlantis of the Sands? I don't know what to call it. I'm just gonna call it Atlantis of the Sands, because Ubar, Realm of the Pillars, whatever. There's like a gajillion names. But, so did they already have a sample of it? And if so, how? And if they did, then how did they not already know where a Realm of the Pillars was? Like, this closet is filled with something nasty, but it's hurting my throat really bad. Sorry. Anyway, so, like, how the hell? And, like, this story just, and, like, okay, biggest. How the hell what the hell happened between Drake and Elena? Like, what? Only reason I know is because it was in the strategy guide. I don't even know if it was in the regular one. I just know it was in the collector's edition. It might have been one of the extra pages that we got because we got the collector's edition. And if you want to know what happened, I'll tell you right now. Drake and Elena were married. They were married. And Drake kind of felt like he couldn't. Drake has trust issues. Like, he doesn't have, like, he's got, like, commitment issues because of his past. Because, you know, his mother committed suicide, his father left him. I mean, you know, of course you would have some commitment issues. That's really, like, that's really a sad story. And, but, so then Drake left Elena, but they didn't get divorced. They just kind of left each other. I don't really know how, they didn't really explain that well, but that's about all I got from it. But that would have been great to put in a game. That would have been great instead of giving us, like, this very, very, very vague description of what happened. That could have been an engagement ring. That could have been an engagement ring. Then again, I don't think you get rings. The male doesn't get a ring for an engagement, so, I mean, I guess that leads to marriage, but, which I did actually already conclude before I read the strategy guide, but I didn't conclude all that other stuff. I just guessed they, like, loved each other, but I didn't know what happened. Like, it was just too vague for me. Like, really? And then, like, just so much of it was so vague. Just the story in general. It's just like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's like, if you look at it from an idiot's perspective, like, well, that's a great story. That was good. You know, leaving it up to the idiot. You good, girl, but dang, you left so much open. It's just like, it really disappointed me. That really pissed me off. And hell, some of the story elements are even, there's like plot holes and stuff. It's just like, it's not that good of a story. It really, like, the overall view is pretty good because, like, it leads you to cool different areas. But it could have been longer because they could have added so much extra middle stuff that would have created a so much more in-depth and fulfilling story. But I don't know if they were leaving it open for extra games or if they were leaving it open for, like, the comic book series that's coming out or maybe book series because they did just release a book a while back. Or what the hell is going on, but I want to know because what the hell? And the move wouldn't have affected her freaking writing because you can write, you don't have to have some sort of, like, you don't have to have all the equipment to write. You just have to have, like, a little laptop and, like, some of the books that she had. And she could have easily just, I don't know what the hell she was thinking. Amy Hennig. Like, look at it. Some of the best damn stories in gaming, in my opinion. Like, I know people are going to be like, but you could shut up. Okay, so I'm just going to get off the story because you know that it actually takes the score down a good bit. It's actually a really disappointing story in my opinion. Like, it's just like, what the hell? I would like to know what the hell's going on. But anyway, so on to the gameplay because the gameplay's good. I like the gameplay. That's really all I like to say. I mean, the pacing. The only problem I have with the gameplay really is some of the pacing. Actually, like, it was good your first playthrough, but that's all it's good for. Is your first playthrough. It's really disappointing after that because some of the stuff is just so long. Like the desert scene, it's very sentimental, it's very artistic, but my God, put a freaking skip button. My third time through, it got annoying. Okay, so grab your freaking computer so that you can, like, put up, like, some sort of videos next to you and, like, pull up your favorite porn. I don't know what the hell you want to watch. Pull up my videos. Mm-hmm. But, you know, or pull up, like, a podcast or something, because it's going to take forever to get through that damn desert. My God. It doesn't really take forever, but it feels it. It's just really annoying. Like, some of the pacing, that's not the only thing, but some of the pacing was just majorly off for me. Like, but the thing is, it was great for your first playthrough. It really was. The pacing was phenomenal for your first playthrough. But then after that, because there's no cheats, because they took out all the cheats, all the tweaks, nobody ever talked about that. They took out the medals. If you played the first and second game, you know what I'm talking about. There was medals, and you got money for those medals, and the money would go towards your Uncharted in-game account, sort of. And then, like, you could buy stuff, like cheats and tweaks and character costumes to play through the campaign as, which really helped the replayability, Naughty Dog, which is what I was saying in my other video a while back. Let's not have replayability. Great idea. You're a genius, huh? But what the hell? I really want to know what they were thinking. Like, I would expect it not really to take more. No, I just want to know why the hell there's no cheats, tweaks, and character costumes. Would it have been too hard? Would it have overpowered? Because honestly, you could have put, like, something where, like, BioShock, where you can upgrade the frame rate and it'll decrease the graphics, something where, like, decrease the graphics so you can do tweaks. Like, you can, like, have a disclaimer right before you unlock the tweaks and cheats. This will lower the graphics to Uncharted 2. I don't know. Like, but, because honestly, Uncharted 2 looks perfectly fine to me. You don't have to have another graphics every time. And plus, you couldn't unlock the cheat your first playthrough anyway, so you still get the first playthrough looking amazing. I don't know what they were doing with the no cheats. I mean, I know that seems I know it's a lot harder than I'm making it out to be. But honestly, I just wish that really pissed me off, because that's such a great, fun thing that led to me playing this game like literally 30 times, and playing this game literally 15 times, or no, I think I'm 16 now, because I went back and played it again. But I don't remember exactly how many. I lost count at about 23 for this. I played this game so freaking much. The first year I had my PS3. I would play it like once every week. It's ridiculous. But so yeah, like that led to the reason that I played those games so many times was because it was so much fun, you know, going through and playing the cheat. Especially if you have a friend, it's hilarious to laugh at that crap, because the freaking gravity mode. Oh my god, it's hilarious. And it's just like, what the hell were they thinking? No replayability. The replayability has majorly dropped in this game because of that. Like, I have not wanted to play the campaign through as much because the freaking pacing is a little bit off for your second and third playthrough, because some of the stuff's just a little bit boring, to be honest, to me at least. And because the freaking cheats are, you know, playing a vanishing trick like Drake. Oh, I get it. It's a metaphor for Drake. You're genius, Naughty. Look at you. Look at you. That's not... No. Not a good metaphor, Naughty Dog. Anyway. But, so yeah. That's ridiculous. What is that W and T? I don't want to click it, so I'm not going to screw up this video, because it's like 40 minutes long. But, okay, so yeah. Like, that, just the gameplay... Like, the gameplay itself, like, the, gun control was fine to me. I don't know what the hell people were talking about. Then again, I would notice sometimes if you were holding aim in, and you shot at, like, two enemies, like... and tried to drag to someone that was like off your screen, then yeah, of course it's going to take a while, because once the aim assist is helping you a little, and I mean, but that's called turning up the damn sensitivity. I mean, I turned it up and it felt fine. I mean, it felt fine before because I like it tight, but I swear if you make a joke. I like the tight controls, like I like it to where it's not so, you know, movie, like, not so moving. I said that weird. Movie. Yeah, but, anyway, like, and the new melee system, I know it's just button mashing, but the freaking, it literally made me go through half the game meleeing. When I got to freaking Crushing, I died so much just because I would freaking run up to people and want to play the meleeing, because in Crushing, there's no, you know, indicator telling you when to hit triangle and circle, so it made it even more fun, because then you actually have to look at the freaking great choreographing for those fight scenes, and and that's I love the bosses and mini bosses in this game, by the way, because of the fighting. Now I will admit the final boss way too easy. I beat it on Crushing without dying once. I died on Lazarevich like 40 times, okay, like 20 times, and I died on freaking Navarro like not as much, but I still died on him a good bit. This one didn't even die on Crushing. I did it again, didn't die on Crushing. Didn't die. I was like, what the hell? This is easy. But I would have liked some sort of, like, Marlowe confrontation, because I was ready for a freaking female boss, and then they were like, nope, we're not gonna let you fight her, because, are you kidding me, 5 minutes? BRB, ha! Where's the damn charger? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, it might tilt the camera, but I will adjust to the tilt. There's probably some weird stuff up on my shelf that I don't know about. Here we go. Okay. Now bring it over here. Okay. So, like, yeah, I like the boss bosses, but they were a little bit too easy, and I was really hoping, like, I was really happy. I remember I suggested, in an earlier video, like a long time ago, I said, I either want Navarro back, or I want, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, find one of my older, I don't know what older video it is. He could still be alive. But anyway. Oh, it's my Uncharted 1 Platinum video, I said that in. But, I either wanted Navarro back or a female villain. They did one of them, but they kind of messed it up a little bit. Like, and not really, I still think she was a great villain. She played a great character. But you never got to confront her. You never got to confront her. I mean, sure, she, you know, talked to you when you were, like, surrounded by... oh, freaking crap. The pirate, and, Talbot. I can't remember, the pirate's name for some reason. I'm blanking. But, he's one of my favorite characters. But, and, like, the only time you got to confront her was a couple times, especially when she told you that your mother died. Oh, that scene was great. That scene was, like, adding this Drake so much, but I would have liked more. But anyway, back to the gameplay. Like, I sort of wanted some confrontation from her, like, to be able to fight her, because that's why Lazarevich was such a great villain, and why Navarro was such a great villain, because they had done something that got you scared about them. They got you scared from them, especially Lazarevich. He made me freaking, he was weird, he scared me, but Navarro's still my favorite villain anyway, but, but, like, I just felt like there was no confrontation. She just died. She just died. I mean, But, I mean, and then you got to fight Talbot, and that was fun, but it was easy. I mean, like, but still, one thing that pissed me off, the boat scene, was a big freaking tease. Because, like, not the whole thing, because I thought that was a great idea to extend the gameplay. I thought that was a great idea, but the only thing I hated about it was the end where the boat's sideways, and you're back in the ballroom, and there's cover set up, and there's ammo, and then freaking the pirate... I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. I'm going to feel so stupid after this. But the pirate shows up, and he just blows out the freaking side. You should have gotten to fight him. Drake should not have shot him. He should have shot, like, the guy next to him, or like, missed. Or, like, freaking, the pirate should have dodged Drake's bullet or something. And then you should have had to fight him, and then show that exact same cutscene that you already showed. That would have been phenomenal. An extra boss fight would have been great. And it would have been a gun boss fight. Because, that area was set up for gun. And that, I kind of wanted a gun boss fight. Not that I don't like the melee, because the melee's phenomenal. But I wanted a gun boss fight. I really did. And that really disappointed me. Like, it really disappointed me that. Like, and that was a big tease. That pissed me off when that happened. I was like, are you serious? All that happens is he shoots out the freaking glass and you run away from water. Freaking scary. I mean, sure, that was still kind of scary. But still, wimping out of a freaking great scene that you could have had, Naughty Dog. Oh, I'm so disappointed. But... I mean, that really disappointed me. Like, that really disappointed me. And then, just, there were so many scenes that were great, but they could have been better. Like, I could think of 20 ways to make them better. And it's just, I know I'm talking about this game like I hate it, but I really don't. I really like the game. But, like, it's just, I don't know. And then... Now, that's all basically that I want to talk about the single player. I'm probably going to remember something afterwards that I'm going to kill myself over not talking about, but anyway. Oh, by the way, I would have liked to see more of Arama the Pillars. Thank you very much. Next time, honestly, I know this is just adding a little bit of RPG elements, but this is Uncharted. It's called freaking Uncharted. And it's linear? Like, I like the linear idea, but make it a little bit more open so I can do a little bit more exploration. He's a freaking explorer. And I don't get to explore? I want to explore a little bit. That's what they need to do in Uncharted 4. Because they need to open up the horizon a little bit. Reminding, okay, one thing that a lot of people liked in Uncharted 2 was the village scene, which I agree. That was a great scene where you could walk around and interact with all the stuff there. The buffalo, the kids, the adults, the chickens. Had like 3 freaking city scenes, couldn't interact with shit. Yeah, there was poo on the ground, couldn't touch it. No. He couldn't do nothing. Nothing. That was the reason so many people liked the freaking village scene. Not because, ooh, there's a village. Ha! Ooh, look, I'm walking in a village. That's nice too. But you know what? I want to be able to interact with the people. Because that was in the second game. Why the hell take it out in the third game? Because it was such a great addition. Like, if you're going to have a freaking village scene and from the second game that you want to bring it back right. My god, like, seriously, they were not thinking making this game. They weren't. That's all I can really say. And, like, that's a good thing I remind myself about that. But anyway, so yeah, more exploration, and what the hell was with those village scenes that you couldn't do crap in? Phenomenal. But anyway, so yeah, but I mean, the game is still great. The game, like, the idea of a lot of stuff is still great. I mean, they still had a good idea, and they still nailed a lot of the stuff in the single player, but there's just so much more that they could have done. And I really wish they would have held the game back for that. I know hold the game back, but still, it would have really vamped up the experience, and I really would have enjoyed it. And they probably would have had more sales, because 1 billion games came out last year. Just let me know, billion, and especially in the freaking fall, thing. And yep, let's just throw our game in there, even though it's not really complete, but we're gonna say it's complete. No, it's not. It's not a complete game. Now, on to the multiplayer aspect, because this is one thing that I really want to talk about. Uncharted 2. Love the multiplayer. It blended with the single player phenomenally. It made the single player into a multiplayer. The gameplay was the same, great, the maps were good, and all that dandy stuff. Now Uncharted 3, let's just let's add a bunch of change up the freaking like maps. Great idea, and then bring back all the old maps. And then what's another good idea? Oh yeah, not change the gameplay to Uncharted 3 style. Thank you. Okay. Granted, the class thing, honestly, don't really like it. I had a suggestion for it, but nope. Apparently, I wouldn't be a good creative mind at gaming because no, the class system hasn't been done a million times. Isn't original. It is original. It's great. Phenomenal. No, it's been done a million times, and they didn't change any of the freaking actual gameplay, like the melee system or anything, from Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3. They could have done a little bit more with the melee in this game, made it a little bit more fun to confrontate someone in melee instead of punch, oh you did, or like blind fire, oh you did, and it's the multiplayer team. I've talked about this. I feel the multiplayer team lacked out majorly, and that they're stupid and all that crap, all the great jazz. But like the Cal 7 in single player fired like a freaking submachine gun. Cal 7 in multiplayer fires like a freaking guy that has a guy that's shooting it with his teeth. You have no control, none. I understand you want a blind fire gun, but at least make blind fire in the single player, or at least make it similar to how it fires in the single player, then make a different gun, like the Fal SS is a different gun that's not in the single player. Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that idea, because you wanted to add a single shot gun. Great idea. You wanted to add a rifle. But if you wanted to add a freaking blind fire gun, then add a different one, because the Cal 7 doesn't fire like that in the campaign. Thank you very much. I liked how it fired in the campaign. It was perfectly fine with me. I would have liked that. I would have liked to have that in the multiplayer, because it would have been a different style automatic gun than the M4 or M9. Wow, M9 and AK-47, which are both pretty much assault rifles, pretty much. And then you would have had a great submachine gun, but no. Okay, I know this is like a freaking hour-long video, but that's what you wanted, and I'm gonna discuss everything that I think is wrong with this game. So okay, but I mean, granted, there is stuff that I like. I do like the treasure system, even though I think it's a little flawed, and I also think that my market idea was a great idea. How if the treasures would have stayed where there's no like you have to get it in this game mode, and the market idea where you go into a little area and like a PlayStation Home style area, but in Uncharted 3, and then you can offer up rewards for treasures. Like if someone could say like, if someone can get this treasure for me, I will give you this amount of money, or I'll give you this gun attachment or something like that. He's an explorer. He finds stuff, and he sells it for money. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I think. Add something to that in the freaking game that would make it more explorer-y. But no, let's just keep the multiplayer simple. Let's keep it Call of Duty mixed with Uncharted 2. Great. It's not really Call of Duty mixed with Uncharted 2. But like, I just really would have enjoyed that, because that just seems like something that's vast. And then they had the freaking game modes. I think they lacked in game modes, because they took away free-for-all. I'm sure they added a couple, but like, I don't get why they took away free-for-all. Or elimination, not free-for-all. That they added free-for-all. They took away elimination. I don't know why they did that, but then like it just I feel like they really lacked in the multiplayer section, like I've already mentioned before, and I don't really like a lot of them, especially the DLC maps. I don't like the DLC maps like that much. They're not very fun to play on. They look pretty. They're not fun to play on. And then there's barely any moving maps. There's like 2, but they're not very, like the train level is interesting, but honestly I didn't like it. And then the airplane one, that's great. I love the airplane one, even though it's glitchy. But I just feel like they really lacked out in this game, and they kept the same amount of players, which I would have appreciated, upping the amount of players, and then having all the old maps brought back as close quarters maps, except for freaking museum and high rise, because those maps are already freaking huge, and then maybe making the maps in the new game a little bit bigger, so that you can have some sort of change in the dynamic of what you did. I mean, I know you changed it because you get the classes, but that's so been done. Like, it's just so uninspired. It's very lackluster. Like, a lot of the game I really felt like when I was playing it, as I've went on, it just felt very lackluster. And that's why I'm giving it, you're going to be very angry at me, and I'm angry at me. I'm angry at Naughty Dog, because this is their fault. I'm giving this game a 7.5. I know that's ridiculous, but that's really what I feel like I have to give it, because, I mean, when you think about it, they had the graphical glitches, major, like, that was really bad. They had the major story flaws, which I just have gone over. They had freaking the gameplay flaws, like the freaking replayability has like has gone down, and then like it just feels very uninspired. It just feels very lackluster, and it feels like it should have been held back. It feels like that type of game that I just wish they would have held back. So the series is going good so far. 2 9.5s and a 7.5. You know, no, I'm not even gonna say 7.0. I'm gonna say 7.8 because you know what? I'm sick of 0.5 and 0.0 because that's bullcrap. I'm gonna say 7.8 or 7.8. Yeah, because 7.9. I want to go 7.9. I still really enjoy the game. I still really think it's a great game. 7.9 is a good score for it because that's really what it deserves. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm being honest. I'm like half the reviewers. And then, so yeah, like a 9.8, 9.8, and a 7.9. I mean, I know you might be like, what the hell are you talking about, TronKat? This is Uncharted. You talking about Uncharted, right? Cause last I remember, you said you love it. I do love Uncharted. Uncharted 2. Uncharted 3's good too. You know, I'm not even gonna freaking. The hell's not good. Uncharted 3's good too. Great. But lacking. I feel very lacking, and I feel like they brought nothing very new to the series, in my opinion. I mean, sure, they changed up a couple of the guns, but I just really feel like they didn't do anything that wowed me. It really didn't wow me. The second game wowed me. The first game wowed me. This game really, the graphics wowed me, and like the places that I got to go to wowed me. But as you play it more and more, and start to realize what it's worth, I was trying to find the good things in it when I was playing it my 5th time through, but all I could think of was things that I would have done differently. All I could think of. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm really done. Like, 7.9 feels like a good finished score that I would enjoy giving it because I feel like it's getting too, coming from me, too overrated. I know that's weird, but yeah, that's why I didn't get my game of the year, because I didn't feel like it wowed me enough, because it didn't. But anyway, guys, so that's my 50-minute review. I bet it's gonna be 50 minutes because that's what it feels like. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh my god, I should not have been so energetic. 'Cause now I feel like crap. Like, I know it doesn't seem like I feel like crap, but my stomach hurts so bad in my nose, and my throat is like. I am not able to do any accents. It's ridiculous. Making theater costs is ridiculous. So I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go upload this, and hope you enjoy the video. Hope you're not too pissed at me for giving it such a low review, but that's what I feel it deserves, and that's what I'm gonna give it. So see you guys later, and I love ya.